Hi everyone, I want to continue this series on curcumin to discuss the difference between curcumin BDM 30 and regular curcumin extract. This question that was posed to us speaks to or asks how BDM 30 is different than regular curcumin extract. And I'm going to discuss that in the context of PURICA's new curcumin in the marketplace that is doing extremely well, delivering results within hours, as opposed to the common 2 to 3 days that curcumin will take to deliver anti-inflammatory results. So PURICA Curcumin is made with BDM 30 as the active. And I'm going to show you how this product is different. Here's a conflict of interest statement that basically speaks to the fact that curcumin BDM 30 was discovered and is the patent owned by Biologic, the company I own, so it presents a conflict of interest statement to you discussing potential bias. Nevertheless, the research is the research, and this is what we're presenting. So curcumin BDM 30 the technology is discussed and disclosed in peer-reviewed papers. There's a couple of documents here that I have snapshots of that are published, and one that's up and coming that specifically discusses BDM 30 and its activity, and I'll discuss the activity again in another post. Right now I want to discuss the composition. Regular curcumin extract, 95%, is composed of 3 curcuminoids. So it doesn't matter which 95% extract you buy in the marketplace, it's always made up of these 3 curcuminoids, these subfractions. So the subfractions are named curcumin 1, curcumin 2, and curcumin 3, and more technically they're named diferulylmethane, dimethoxycurcumin, and bis-dimethoxycurcumin. So BDM stands for bis-dimethoxycurcumin, and that's where this BDM 30 comes from, because typically what we find is that regular standard curcumin is made up of approximately between 50 and 80% curcumin 1, 10 to 20% curcumin 2, and only about 0.2 to 2% curcumin 3, this bis-dimethoxycurcumin. What we've done with BDM 30 is you can see that BDM 30 is augmented so that the bis-dimethoxycurcumin, BDM, is raised to 30% instead of 1%. And the reason why we've done that is the research that has been done at Biologic shows that BDM, bis-dimethoxycurcumin, has very different activity than regular curcumin. And although it can do everything that all the curcuminoids can do, this bis-dimethoxycurcumin neutralizes one specific protein that then heightens the effect of curcumin when you raise it to 30%. At 1 or 2% in regular curcumin, this curcuminoid fraction, this component, never really participates in the pharmacology, so it doesn't really deliver any activity. And so regular curcumin is a reasonable anti-inflammatory, but when you utilize these 2 different levels of activity by raising BDM, bis-dimethoxycurcumin, to 30%, then it changes how this product works. And PURICA Curcumin does deliver a result that's quite formidable based on this research. So what happens is you then in essence have 60 times more BDM with BDM 30, 1,200 times more than you have in turmeric. And one of the key reasons why is we do this is because curcumin 3 in our research is found to inhibit MSK1. It's a protein inside our cells, and this protein activates transcription, or the ability for your cells to make various cytokines associated with inflammation. And curcumin 1 and 2, as it says here, do not inhibit this MSK1, but they inhibit other proteins that are involved in inflammatory activity, and so you get this synergistic effect when you raise curcumin 3 levels. Again, BDM 30 is a technology owned and discovered at Biologic, and our work is really progressing to deliver to market new opportunities that provide people with the tools to improve their health. But this opportunity you'll find in health food stores in the PURICA brand as BDM 30, being the active in this curcumin by PURICA. Great packaging, very clear cut directions. Love the product. So here's an example of the activity we see in the laboratory with BDM 30 being as much as 14 times more effective than ibuprofen and aspirin to inhibit various cytokines. You may have be familiar with TNF-alpha, IL-6, interleukin-6, and IL-1 beta. These are common cytokines that are measured to determine the effectiveness of various drugs in the body. And so we compared against ibuprofen and aspirin to determine how effective BDM30 is. And we see it ranges here from 12.7 times to 15 times more effective to neutralize these various cytokines. All right, that's it. So look for PURICA Curcumin made with this new composition of BDM that is patented and is highly bioavailable, is very effective, and changes everything we know about curcumin.